Good morning, everybody.
Hi
Hi.
there. Happy Saturday, friends.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Andrea and I are super excited to be here with you this morning to talk about ambassador applications, which close today.
Today.
So grab your coffee and meet us back here. Good morning.
We are back. I love that intro. It like pumps me up.
Right? I know that music just like gets me going. It's exactly what I need along with this cup of
I
coffee.
was just going to say, cup of coffee and music, you can't go wrong.
Right. And my new Team Schmitto shirt.
I was just going to say, I'm like, that doesn't look like your shirt.
It's new. I'm super excited. Oh my goodness. How are you, Andrea?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I cannot believe that it is the end of February. Like this seemed so long ago when we opened up applications, like, oh, it's going to be at the end of the month. And it's the end of the month. Like it's the 27th. Like what?
I know. It feels like it flew by. I feel like I was just listening to an episode of Teach Better Talk where Ray was like, they're open now. This is
Right.
so exciting. You have so much time. And now we're like, okay, now it's over.
Yes. It's like T minus how many hours? You got to get it in.
Right? Oh my goodness. Well, we have some amazing friends joining us this morning.
Good morning, Kylie
Good
and
morning,
Bree.
Brianne. Oh
Some
my
fellow and
goodness.
look at all these fellow ambassadors in the house. I love it.
Right? Look at all these fabulous people. And of course, Dr. Neil Gupta.
Oh, we
Who,
can't go. The morning is made now.
right? We're good to go. And even Chad is here.
What? Hi there,
Holy
boss.
cow. Hi, boss. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Well, Andrea, I'm like really excited to see because I know we have so many people that have already applied, but we're here kind of hyping it up for our last ditch effort, get everybody in before the countdown is up.
For sure. So, I mean, if this is something that you have been thinking about, maybe you thought about it our first round but weren't really sure, and now you're ready for it, just do it. Just try it. Again, if you are a Teach Better groupie like the rest of us, a Teach Better fan, we want you as an ambassador. So definitely fill out the application and we'll see what happens.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so before we get too into this, Andrea,
Yeah.
for anybody that's new here, can you tell us about yourself, your role with the team?
Of course. So I'm Andrea, and I'm a seventh grade English language arts teacher in the suburbs of Chicago. And I also happen to be the ambassador coordinator for the Teach Better team. So I work with the fabulous Megan Deegan. So we were lucky and that we were hired at our job at the same time at our school, and we just became really good friends. Then she found the Teach Better team first and was like, hey, I want to introduce you to this group. And I was like, okay. And it literally took me like 30 seconds. And I was like, I need more. Like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And gosh, what, 2 years ago now, we kind of approached the team with this idea about having ambassadors to help spread the Teach Better philosophy and share all that we have to offer. And last summer, the first round of ambassadors developed, and now we're ready to accept our second round. And I could not be happier and more proud at how this program has grown.
Isn't it nuts like how much it has just exploded over the last I don't even know, like this last year, just watching how much it's grown?
Yeah, I mean, it went from this little baby idea to like, I don't know, I'm gonna call it a phenomenon, but I kind of do. That we're already taking on like our second batch, and we're already talking about like when we would bring on like the third round of ambassadors. So yeah, it's really evolving in so many more ways than we ever could have imagined.
Oh my gosh, definitely. And I feel like it's such a great way to get involved with the team and really start to make those connections
Yes.
professionally. Like,
Yes.
truly, I feel like that's one of the things that is just so phenomenal about being an ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
And watching how you get to interact with not just other ambassadors, but with our team connections as well,
Yes.
because it's such a snowball effect, I feel like.
Oh my gosh, the networking is amazing. I mean, so far in just this first round of ambassadors, we are international. We have ambassadors from Canada, all over the United States. These are people who I probably never would have met if it wasn't, and I even haven't met them yet, but I never would have been connected with. It's so fun, even with the new, applications that are coming in. I'm seeing names, and I find myself fangirling. We always talk about, like, oh, this person applied. I know that name from Twitter. That's somebody I always talk with on Mastery Chat. And so it's just really exciting to see these people in like a new capacity now. And Megan and I talk all the time. Like, this was if we were ever going to start an ambassador program, the year the pandemic was it. I mean, when we started it in July, obviously we wanted to network. We wanted to share the Teach Better philosophy. But little did we know how much of a crutch it was going to be for us, because we have a Voxer group, we have our own private Facebook group, and the second something weird, happens at school or a schedule changes, we go to the group like, hey friends, who's done rooming and Zooming before? Who's only taught remote before? And we've been able to share so many ideas with each other, and then just be there as a support system. As we all know, I mean, this year has been tough. I mean, there's been times where I found myself on the verge of tears. There's been times where I have been super excited, and my ambassador family has been there to support me, offer me ideas, and just be that support system. So it came at like the perfect time. Little did we know in July what our world was going to happen in March. But I mean, I can't imagine getting through this without the ambassadors.
I totally agree, because it's such a great way not to just have that support system that you need for like positivity and uplifting messages and things like that, but it truly is a place where you can go that you've got like-minded people who are also there with the right mission and that Teach Better mindset in place. But you can go and say like, this is not working for me, or I need help, and you're going to get it. Like, you're absolutely going to get it.
And you're going to get it without judgment, which is the best part. I mean, we've been able to reach out to each other and say like, okay, I'm really struggling. What can I do? And before we even get suggestions, the ambassador family is like, are you okay? What can we do to support you? And that means so much. Like, obviously, yes, I want their suggestions and their recommendations, but just knowing that you're not alone and that your team has your back it just means everything. Because I know sometimes collaboration can be tough, but when you are collaborating with people who have that same mindset as you, it just falls into place. It makes it so much easier.
Absolutely. Well, and people too that aren't there to like tell you this is how you should do it, or this is how you need to do it, but more so like, I'm here for you first and foremost. Like, how can I help? But then here's something that I've tried. Like, what do you think?
Yes.
Like, I know I was totally late to the party with Article of the Week, Kelly Gallagher's whole like nonfiction reading strategy that he uses, which, by the way, phenomenal.
It's awesome.
Totally late to the party figuring out that this was something I should do. And I went to the ambassador group and was just like, does anybody do this? Because I'm trying to set it up in my classroom and I need to modify it for middle school.
Sure.
I cannot even tell you. I got so many resources from people that just were so willing to jump right on and share, while also being like, oh my gosh, so excited you're starting this. Like, so you feel that like excitement, that uplifting, that sense of community, but then you're also getting all this really amazing stuff.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's such a wide community of personal connections, professional connections. And I can't say enough about our ambassadors. They're just amazing. They brighten my day. On any
That's it right there.
Family.
It is. It so is. And that's the best part about being a part of this crew is you get that sense of family, that sense of community. It's not just a PD organization. It truly is like, I haven't met half of these people in person ever. And like, it's y'all are my people.
I feel closer to like the ambassadors than I do to some of my colleagues at school. And it's nothing against them. It's just we connect in a very different way. And I just think it's a testament to the program. And I love how Vicki just said, Teach Better helps you feel like you're not alone. Yes, because right now it's so easy we were fully remote until January. So you didn't even have to go into the building if you didn't want to. So it was so easy to feel like you were teaching on that island and you were alone. But I knew I wasn't because I had my ambassador family and the rest of the Teach Better family to support me along the way.
Oh, definitely. And like you said before, in one of the hardest years of teaching, like this is by far the hardest year I've ever had, ever,
Right.
Without a doubt. And it's such a welcome, like warm feeling to know that not only am I not in this by myself, but like you've got people behind you that genuinely care for you, for your students, and genuinely want you to do well. Like,
For sure.
it's fantastic. It really is.
I
Oh
could
my
not
goodness.
agree more. I could not agree more.
Well, Andrea, for anybody that's curious, that may have not started yet or is
Yes.
just happening to hear about it for the first time, don't worry, y'all. You have until the end of the day today to get your
Yes.
application in. But if you are still considering it, aren't sure if you should try, Andrea, can you tell us what you need to qualify to apply?
Yes, definitely. Well, first of all, if you go to our website, you'll see a link and it'll give you all the specific qualifications, but I'll summarize it for you. Basically, you're going to be submitting a 1-minute video. Please do not panic about it. It needs to be totally unedited. Don't worry about, setting something fancy up. We just want to hear from you and we want to see, how you embody that Teach Better mindset. So it'll be a short video, 1 minute. Literally do it in one take. Do not sit there and do it like 50,000 times. There is a couple, when I say essay questions, they're really not. It's like, how do you use the Teach Better philosophy in your classroom? You have to show proof that you have, thanks, Ray, she put the link in there for us. You have to show proof that you have participated in some Teach Better events, such as Mastery Chat, have subscribed to our podcast network, our blog. So basically, it's probably things you've already done. If you're connected with the team, you probably have joined a Mastery Chat. You probably have checked out our blog series. You probably have watched the podcast. So it's just basically showing proof of the things that you've already done and just letting us know how you share the Teach Better philosophy and why you want to be an ambassador. So it's really simple. It's not hard. It's just you showing yourself to us.
Definitely. And that is like when I talked to Liv about like tips and tricks for your application, that was the biggest thing that she said too, was just really show your authentic self, like be you. And I feel like too, that's one of the biggest strengths of being a part of this crew, like not just the ambassadors, but like also the entire group of the team that you get connected with by being an ambassador. We all bring such unique strengths and such unique perspectives to the table that we're not looking for you to come on and record this video kind of like saying all the things that you hear us say or that you've heard someone else say on our podcast or whatever. But really coming and showing us like who you are, because that's what we're looking for.
Oh, for sure. We're not looking for buzzwords. It's not an interview, See, thank you, Amanda. She got it. She's one of our ambassadors and she's amazing. But yeah, we just want to see you. Just be authentic. I mean, if you'll see baby Luke probably at some point. If your kids are in the background, that's okay. If your pups are in the background, Megan will be super excited. But yeah, just be authentic. You don't need to share all of your teaching accolades. I mean, that's amazing if you have them, but that's not what you need to be an ambassador. You just want to, like we say in the team, be better every day for you and your students. That's all.
Definitely. So that's like basically what it takes to get here, stuff you're already doing, and then really just show us who you are. Show us that personality, what makes you authentic and amazing and real. And then after, if you do get through, tell us, Andrea, what are the perks of being an ambassador?
Oh, there's so many. Besides obviously adding a whole new group to your family, we have opportunities to, we have like a point system, and it's nothing that's like punitive or anything like that. If you do something awesome, you could get some points. And then you get to get some really cool prizes. So some might be Teach Better swag. Some might be a one-on-one coaching session or virtual hangout with somebody from the Teach Better team. I know, Katelynn, you did that for Maggie. You were
Yeah,
our
it was
special
so
guest.
fun.
You might be able to get an opportunity to have Chad come and run a short virtual PD for your school. We have Teach Better Post-it notes, which I think are really exciting. And you might be able to take over our Instagram for the day. We have an Instagram takeover, so much stuff. And then it just opens up more opportunities for you to do things within the group. So Amanda, and we get to see Maggie here, for example, they have helped Chad run some PD sessions, obviously before a lot of our PD went virtual. You maybe have caught Amanda this past week. She was participating with Chad during the live grid building session. And you'll see other ambassadors popping into our Popcorn Hangout if you were able to join that last Friday. Yeah, so it just really opens it up. So obviously, yes, there's perks like Post-it notes and swag, but it gives you an opportunity to share your voice and to network in a much, I wouldn't say broader way than you probably were before. So yeah, Bree did our Instagram takeover on Global Play Day. She was amazing with that.
She was. Okay, it was so cool. I feel like that's one of the things too. You get all these opportunities to share what you're doing with such a wide group of people, which it feels like sometimes I feel like we can kind of get into our own heads and be like, okay, but like, should I? And I feel like that's a huge piece of the ambassador program that I love, is that we encourage each other to like go out and be like, yeah, get on our Instagram, share what you're doing. Like, it's good. It's important. People need to see it.
Oh yeah, and even I remember Amanda, I think the first time we went live, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And it was just talking about ambassadors. And now last week, she's like running a whole PD session with Chad. So it's just amazing at like how something small can just snowball. And now you're doing all these big, huge, awesome.
Okay, and I love that Amanda is doing that PD with Chad right now, because I feel like it's so valuable, not just because she's someone that uses the grid and has created her own grids, but we're actually showing the process of like what it looks like to go through and create one in your own classroom. And I think that's such a cool opportunity. Like, I know personally, when we're talking about doing different live series that are coming up, like, hint, hint, maybe there's one coming up with a certain friend of mine. And I feel like when we're talking about like, okay, should we bring people on to talk about this? Should we bring people on to kind of share like what this might look like or talk through this together? The first group of people that we go to are the ambassadors. Every time. Like, I know with our bookshelf too, that's one of the parts of the website that I've been running for a little while. And our book reviews, to share like what great professional development or even just like books that are meaningful. I know the first group I reached out to when I was looking for people was the ambassadors. So we've got ambassadors featured on our website and on our YouTube channel as well.
Exactly. They're just, like I said, they're just always willing to do, I don't want to say whatever we ask them to do, but I really think they would. But yeah, they're just, again, we know so many people on our Teach Better network, are sharing the Teach Better philosophy. But yeah, our ambassadors are our go-to people to kind of get that started. And, they're just so helpful in so many different ways. And we have so many more ideas, obviously, with it being this first round. Megan and I were, trying to figure things out as we go. Now we have so many more ideas in the works that the ambassadors actually have helped us with. And so we know that this next round of ambassadors will be able to grow the program, even more.
That is so exciting. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of things in the works.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So everyone needs to go apply now, because this is amazing.
This is just like the beginning. Like, there is so much more.
This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. So great ideas coming up. Lots of ways to connect with more people.
Yep.
Joining the Grid Live series because Kylie said so. Like, and because it's amazing. There's just so many perks. I just can't even I can't even believe like we're at the end of this. Like, I feel like we need to just like get so many more people. Like, okay, everyone,
I know. I can't share my love for the ambassadors anymore. Like they always are telling Megan and I, like, oh, thank you for starting the program. And we're like, it's the other way around. Like all we did was bring this idea to the team. Like they are what made the ambassadors what it is. And we just cannot wait to grow our family even more. And I think it's what's awesome is too, we're not all teachers. Though we have people in leadership positions, curriculum directors, people in administration, we have behavior specialists, and we're looking to expand that even more. So if you're at home right now thinking, well, I'm not a classroom teacher, that's okay. We would love to get as much of a diversity as we can so that we can connect with all parts of our Teach Better network. Because you don't have to just be a classroom teacher to have the Teach Better mindset. So yeah, we can't wait to keep growing that and see how far we can expand. I mean, we have people, I forget, I think we counted like over 10 states. And I know once we do this next round, we're going to have even more. So we can branch out and have somebody from like all 50 states and then all over all over the world. That would just be amazing. Ambassadors take over the world.
Love that. Okay, that's what we're going to call it. Ambassadors are taking over the world. Love that. But one thing you said, I feel like is one of the unique pieces of our ambassador program versus other ones that I've heard about, because it's not just classroom teachers, like you said. And I feel like that is so much more valuable than we may even I don't know, that I even realized at the time, because that diversity of perspectives isn't just great for reaching out to our network, but it's also great for the people that are involved in the program already. I know personally, when I'm trying to go out and poke the bear and try something new, my whole approach is shaped by conversations that I have with administrators or district leaders in our family. I'll ask advice on that, or I'll ask for their perspective on what that might mean. And I feel like that diversity of perspective is huge.
It's so beneficial. In fact, we have 2 ambassadors I know of right now who are contemplating taking on new positions next year, whether they are going to be, transitioning to a different district or moving literally across the country. And instantly in our Boxer group, they were like, okay, what do I put in my resume? And then you had the principals jumping in saying, well, when I'm looking for a new candidate, I'm looking for this. That you had those of us who maybe live in that area now saying, wait, all right, I have a connection. I'm going to reach out to this person. So yeah, the more different people we have in different modes of education, just the more connecting it is for you. I never would have had, if I was going to apply for a new job, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna hope for the best, put my application in. But now you have this whole network of people across the country to, help promote you and, help push you to that next level. So I think that is one huge benefit, is that you have so many people promoting you now, not just yourself.
Absolutely. Well, and it's almost like having a group of mentors for specific things that you needed them for, because everybody brings that different idea or that different expertise in. So you can just jump in and be like, okay, I am looking for this particular, I need someone who's in a leadership role to help me figure out how to do that myself. Or I'm like you said, I'm trying for a new position. What advice do you have for me? And it's finding those mentors, because not all of us have that in our buildings or in our specific locations or roles or whatever that we have. And I feel like that's one of the unique pieces of being connected to us or being on social media or connected in this way, is you're able to find those people and that guidance, that mentorship, that advice outside of just that small network. You grow so much.
Oh my gosh, and if they don't know it, they know somebody who does. A lot of times we'll have somebody that an ambassador will say, okay, I can help you with this, but I know the perfect person for you. And if you weren't in that ambassador group, you never would have met that other perfect person. But yeah, it's just amazing, the connections and just how much you're going to grow as an educator and as a person. The ambassadors have made me not just a better educator, but literally a better person. They're so grateful. We literally, Mark started for us, and Lindsay's always doing your celebration Fridays and your grateful Thursdays. And we share that with each other. And again, in the time of the school year where it's really easy to be nothing's going right, and this is a terrible year, you need those things in your week to kind of perk you up. Even just an ambassador sending a message on Boxer saying I hope you're having a great day. And maybe that day you were on the verge of tears at your desk and seeing that message, you're like, hey, I'm going to have a great day. I can turn this around. I got this.
Right. I feel like it's like imagining any dream that you have or goal that you have for yourself that will make you a better person, a better educator, a better mentor, a better advisor, a better anything, a better learner even.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Whatever goal you have to improve, whatever dream you have for yourself, this is how you can get there. Truly. Like, because like you said, if we aren't the right group, if one of the ambassadors doesn't have the answer, they probably know someone who does. Like,
for sure.
It's such.
Good morning, Carly. She's another one of our ambassadors.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's just such a phenomenal group of people. Like, you can get so much out of joining this team in this capacity. And I think the cool thing about it is you kind of get out of it what you put into it.
I feel like you were just in my brain, Katelynn. I was just going to say that. I'm like, the one last thing we have to mention is please don't think of this as like an extra time commitment, because I know right now at a time when we're all like stressed thin, you can, put in as little or as much time as you want. We have some ambassadors who are super involved and some ambassadors who are a little bit more on the sidelines, but they're still all important to us and they're still learning and growing. So you can use this to really jumpstart whatever it is that you want, or just use this as a quiet support system. So it's great for all types. Whatever you're looking for, I guarantee you the ambassadors can help you with it.
Oh my gosh, definitely. And Nikki coming in with like the best way to I totally feel that. Like having this group, this support, this just wealth of knowledge has been a game changer for me as a professional, for me as a person, not just this year, but in the future too. Right. I know like this is it. Like these are the people, these are my people.
Yeah. I mean, it pushes you out of your comfort zone. So one of the points that you can get is writing a blog for the Teach Better blog series. And there were so many ambassadors who were like, I never would have written a blog, but I kind of wanted the point, so I did it. And now they're like writing blog series for us. Like they're on the regular like blog schedule. Same thing with podcasts. We have so many ambassadors who have joined the podcast with Ray and Jeff, and they're like, I never ever. I didn't think I had anything to share. And like now being as an ambassador, they're like, I do have something to share. So I really do feel like it'll push you out of your comfort zone even more, and then open up avenues you never thought would have existed.
Definitely. And as we all know, one of my favorite things to talk about is how being uncomfortable and being challenged and being pushed to do things that you may not feel super like I can do this, but being pushed into that discomfort and kind of like outside of what you would normally think that you can do is how we grow. It's how we get to the point where we are better. It's how we challenge ourselves to truly become what we could be and achieve our potential and even exceed it. Like, same, Ray. Love you. That's so totally true. It's totally it. Like that's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so if you were even remotely thinking about joining the ambassador program, just do it. Put in your application, and we'll see what happens.
Definitely. So just to remind everybody, applications are due tonight. Tonight at the end of the night. So make sure you get on there. Make sure you record your video, answer those questions. Tell us how you're involved, how you're a groupie of Teach Better, just like we are.
Yes.
And hit that submit button.
Have a great day, everybody. I can't wait to see your application come through.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Bye.